Hi, hello, and welcome to Capricorn Venus Tarot. This is Capricorn Venus. So today we're going to see what does your person love about you. And we've got 4 piles. Pile number 1 is By the Fireplace. It's by Mason Margiela. Pile number 2 is My Coach Perfume, and it's just like the original scent. Pile number 3 is the Juicy Couture Perfume. Let me see what this says. Peace and Love, Juicy Couture. And pile number 4 is Orange Sanguine Atelier Cologne. Tell me if I mispronounce that in the comments. But yeah, go ahead and pick your pile, and I will see you guys in there. Tired. Okay. Pile number 1. Your person definitely loves the conversations that you guys have. I feel like you guys have such good chemistry and you're able to just sit in a room and talk, and that's the entertainment. Like nothing else needs to be happening. You guys could be in a long car ride and maybe you'll get kind of spicily, cutely annoyed with each other, but you're definitely going to have a good time. You're going to have some good back and forth. Also, I feel like they could work out with you. They could go and do some sort of physical activity with you. And again, it would be good company. Just you make things like that fun. You guys could go on a hiking day. You guys could brave a river doing like kayaking or whatever, because that is a stressful situation. That is a stressful situation. You definitely need somebody who you have good chemistry with and can handle like a stressful moment. I remember the first time I did kayaking, me and my mom, our kayak like flipped over several times. We had never been kayaking before and we went alone, you know. I mean, I was a teen, so blame on her, but it was still a really funny story. But we did get in a lot of trouble, and you definitely have to hold your temper there with those kind of activities. But I think that what your partner loves about you, or what your person loves about you, is like, you guys can brave those moments. You can brave the hard moments, the stressful moments. Skiing is another thing. But yeah, I'm just seeing like very active, intensive kind of things. Maybe, yeah, I'm getting like hiking, skiing, camping, situations where there's no air conditioning and you can't just stop at a food court or something. So yeah, let's see what else for you. Oh, and this is called By the Fireplace. Yeah, so like late nights too, where there's no entertainment. Like heavy on that for this pile. Like your partner or your person just loves how there doesn't need to be any entertainment. The two of you is enough for all night, you know, like you guys could just look at the stars and hang out in your presence, and that's enough. And it's like very comfortable and happy and fun. And like I said, it's not boring either. It's like sometimes you do send those jabs back and forth, or maybe one of you will randomly think of a song that you can't get out of your head. And yeah, lots of cute little moments like that, okay? Yeah, you would be a person that your partner either could travel with or they have traveled with you and they really enjoyed it. I think also your partner loves how confident you are and how fun and flirty you are. Let's see what else. What does pile number 1's person love about them? Retreat. Never underestimate the healing power of a quiet moment. So I think also in that same vein, you guys can just sit in a room together and be quiet. Maybe you guys go kayaking or whatever, sit in the boat, and you're just like silent together, you know? Or sit out on the porch and you're just quiet together and it's comfortable. Sit by the fireplace and just listen to the fire, you know? Okay, discover. I think also your partner loves how you guys share some, it's possible you guys don't share a ton of things, but when it comes to traveling, being interested in things, movies, you know, similar entertainment desires here. So maybe when you guys travel, you both like the history parts. Or maybe when you guys go out, you both like to drink. Or like you have some sort of similarity that makes it very easy for you guys to find activities that both of you will like. And rest. Slow down. You don't have to solve everything today. You really put this person at ease. You put your person at ease big time. And they love that about you. They feel like hanging out with you is the equivalent of a shot of whiskey, like just smooth, chills them out, you know, it makes them feel safe, it makes them feel comfortable, it empowers them to either learn about something or be safe and comfortable in the peaceful moment. Strength, yeah, like I was saying, empowerment. I feel like you empower your person too. You make them feel like, okay, thank God, I got to be around my favorite person. So they might be, they might feel like you're their favorite person, but also it's like they'll think, oh, okay, so now I've had time with my favorite person, I've had time with my person, and now I feel strong enough to go out there and like put myself on the line, and I feel strong enough to get up and go to work tomorrow, you know, like I've had my time with my person, okay? You're very funny too, like, and funny in like a cute dorky way, that's what I'm getting here, is like, just watching you in your natural element. There's something like sweet and kind of funny and quirky about you. And you're like randomly very wise, even when it's like a moment where they think they can't hear any criticism coming from you, it just doesn't hurt so bad, and it does hit them right. Like there's something about you, I mean, you hit it right, there you go. So that might be for someone out there. Let's see what else we got here. 7 of Wands, yeah. They feel like with you on their side, what could happen? Nothing. Everything is going to be okay because I have my person. I have this person on my side. And there's definitely something about maybe your person is somebody who's very social or has a tendency to be lonely or has a tendency, it's either like a tendency to feel lonely, a tendency to be very social where they need a lot of people, or it could even be like a tendency for maybe a little bit of depression here and there, you know, something like that. But with you, they don't really need anybody else. So there is this sense of like, the social example makes the most sense, but expand it based on who this person is. Maybe normally they like to have a crowd, and they're not, they can sometimes feel like they're not at their best when it's just one-on-one, but that's not the case with you. With you, just one-on-one is all they need. Just one-on-one makes something interesting. They don't get bored. They might even be like the type that's easily bored, or alternatively, they might like to be only alone. And so they feel like when they're with you, it's like just as good as being alone. And that might be like a rare thing for them. So apply it to your person, because I'm seeing either way. It's kind of like an extreme triangle here of like either they're not really an optimistic person and you make them so, or they're super social and they usually want a crowd and you make them good with one-on-one, or they're a super loner and you make it so they don't need so much alone time. Like, time with you fills them up just as much as alone time does. So go ahead and project that onto your thing. I think they also love that you're so competitive. There's something like competitive or very daring about you. I don't know if you have like Aries placements or something, but that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like you're always ready to learn. You're very curious. Also, you're a great listener because you're so curious. You like pull things out of them that they don't know about. Yeah, this is a Page of Wands and the 7 of Wands. So I'm just sensing like you have a lot of passion. You have passion to spare, and you give this person a lot of that extra energy. You find things cool about them too. Like you're very engaged with them when you're in their presence. And maybe you're like that with everyone, but they definitely feel it. Okay. So what does pile number 1's person love about them? You definitely love to travel. And again, with like never boring. You guys never hit like a lull in conversation. The sun, yes, you bring the spice of life. Like you know how to make anything fun. Big emphasis on that. You also know how to make anything pretty, or you can romanticize a parking lot. You know, you can romanticize when you guys were on a road trip and the car broke down, and when you tell that story again, it's like they live that story in a totally different way once they hear you tell it. To hear you tell it, it was the best thing ever. You know what I mean? To hear you tell it, it changes their whole mindset. And so they love that about you. They love that you make the best out of any kind of situation. Okay, so I just wanted to do a little short reading here. Knight of Pentacles. And again, with like the silence, like you are not afraid of a silent moment though, either. It's not like you always need to talk. And I think that adds to your overall like entertainment level because you're not just talking to fill up the silence. You like only say stuff when you have something interesting to say. It's just often you do have interesting things to say, but when you want to just engage, lots about nature here. So I don't know if you like sit out by the fireplace or I don't know, something like that. Maybe you just talk about nature, but either way, when you want to just be soaking something up, you will. And so you'll enforce that sense of like, okay, this is a peaceful moment. So I'm going to take my peaceful moment. You take your peaceful moment. And so in that way, you encourage them to be calm and you encourage them to soak up the moments in their own life, even ones that don't have to do with you, actually. I think you really encourage your person, and that's one of the things that they love about you. So you're definitely insightful. Insightful is what I would say. Let's go ahead and pull some cards, some music videos. I'm gonna put this back. What does pile number one's person love about them? You're just like, let's just have some fun. Let's just be here in this moment. Oh, this is funny because I did mention, the boat, hanging out by the boat. That was some of my favorite memories with my partner is like, we would go to like Lake Monroe with his dad and we would just like hang out all day. And I would try to keep up with his dad getting drunk and we would, do some tubing or something like that. So there might be memories also engaged with what they love about you is like specific memories that they might call to mind often. Your perspective is like such a big thing that they love about you. And you are very empowered as well. Like they love how sassy and dominant you are. And you really get to them. You really get to them. That's cute, crush. Okay, so romanticizing the parking lot here again. Oh, and you know what? The same thing with like you enforce that quiet moment. I think you also have your own friends. And so you go out and you do things and you, so in that way you encourage them to make time for their friends as well. Or their other friends, if this is a friendship you're asking about. So definitely a good thing to do for your friends and family. Like it's kind of a teenage or young thing to be always so jealous of like your partner's friends and them having a boys' night is like the end of your world. Like definitely wouldn't encourage that. I mean, they shouldn't be an asshole while their boys are over. That's a real problem. But just having friends is a really good thing. I say often that, I give this advice to women, straight women who are dating men. But I think the biggest green flag that I would look for in men if I was dating, and something I love about my partner is that he's a big bromance kind of guy. He has a lot of guy friends, and it does matter because first of all, your partner needs a community of their own and you need your community. And so if he's got friends, hopefully that follows that he'll be more positive about your friendships, but also he'll be able to lean on them for some emotional support, just like you lean on your friends for some emotional support. I think also your person loves that you have like a healthy communication style or like you're very direct at minimum. And so you'll bring something up if it's really a problem to you, and they really appreciate that. And they also see that play out with other people. It's not just them that you're very direct with. It's not just them that you're healthy with or supportive of or enjoy the company of. They like that you enjoy other people's company and that you care about people and you love people. So yeah, that is what I've got for you. Pile number one. That was fun. Good way to start. And I will see you next time. Okay, pile number two, my quick movers and shakers. I feel like pile number two, your person loves that you're very innovative. You're not afraid of cracking a few eggs or, interesting. I got something else, but let me go down this path first. Yeah, that's the thing. You almost like trip over yourself because you have so many interests and you have so many things you want to do and you have so many things you want to accomplish and you're so ambitious that sometimes you even like kind of lose yourself in the moment and like really get invested. You're a creative here, pal, too, and your person loves that about you. They love how creative you are, how you add a little flair to every outfit you make, every career choice that you're taking. Got a little poem going there. But yeah, you might even speak in like a writerly kind of way. You give the air of an artist. Doesn't matter if you're a scientist over here. Like, you definitely give the air of an artist. So let's keep going. What does pile number 2's person love about them? Nobility, idealistic, energy and newness and vitality. You just have like a way with things. You have an understanding of life and like how to make life enjoyable, how to make life more like what you want to, because it's not about just enjoyment. It's like you are a curator of things, of your life, of your home. I think you are an excellent, like literally homemaker. There's something about the way you design your house or your room or could be even like your social media or something that's very cozy. You're a very inviting, cozy type person. And I think you're cozy for yourself because that's what I'm feeling in the energy too. It's like they love that you're really doing, you're making that environment for you. It's just that you're so generous. You're sharing it with others, but you really do it for you. So what else? What does pile number 2's person love about them? 12 is Pisces. Yeah, that makes sense because you got that artist, musician type vibe here. And we do have somebody playing guitar here. So if you do play an instrument, your person loves that about you. I think also if you have brown hair, your person loves that about you. Amber eyes, I'm getting here. Doesn't have to be. You also have very clear skin. You look young too. You kind of have this eternally youthful vibe, and that's what being creative does for you. It will make you seem eternally youthful. I mean, there are other reasons to do it. I'm just, additional benefit. 11 is Aquarius. Yeah, you think outside the box for sure. And you add a lot of like magic to life. Like, and again, this is what creative does to a spirit. It makes you believe in magic. It makes you feel like dyeing your hair is a magic spell. It makes you feel like arranging your home, tap it into the feng shui of things. So, okay. And this is an angel number 12111, I guess. So Google that. That could be another thing that your person loves about you. You could be interested in history, or you could be interested in like fantasy novels, or you could be interested in like working for animal shelters. Be messages for somebody. Definitely your face shape, your eye shape, like your hair. Just you have a face card that never declines kind of vibe here. It's like you're really pretty. You're really, really pretty here. It's remind me of that song by Chrissy Schleppy. I can't remember. I'll put it down in the description, but it's like, I'm really pretty. You want to kiss me? People have a habit of misunderstanding me, and they just think I'm so sexy, and that's all that I am. But really, I'm very pretty. Yeah, you have a sense of humor too. You definitely have a sense of humor. It's like you have a way of looking at things so intensely and taking things so seriously that it almost loops back around to you like joking about stuff. Because you're so dramatic about everything, like you're so dramatic about the way you look, what you decide to do, who your friends are, that you're less dramatic about stuff like taxes and sexuality and that sort of like more conservative kind of stuff. And you really encourage them to think outside the box. I think that's another thing your person loves about you is like maybe they can have a tendency to be kind of nervous or kind of worry that this is too far. This is like, I'm thinking too big. I'm thinking I'm going overboard. I haven't thought about this enough. Like, I'm not ready to make that leap. And you kind of are that person that's like, no, reach for the moon, you know, you land among the stars. And I also keep getting phrases like that there too. So I think you have this like, yeah, it's like a childlike innocence, Leo vibes here. Primarily, again, with the sexuality, I think you are very open with your sexuality, which might help your person. Even friends, when you have friends that are open with their sexuality, it can help you embrace your own and just be like, oh, okay, like I respect this person and they're very open with their sexuality, so it's safe for me to be like that too. I think you also make people feel really safe and your person feel really safe, but also just people in general. So maybe they've seen you with their pet and they loved the way you interacted with their pet. Or maybe they've seen you with their children, you know, for example, and they loved that. Or they've seen you with you guys' children if you guys are already married with kids or already together with kids or something. And they love that about you. They love the way you interact with children or pets, or you just make people feel safe, for sure. You have a protective kind of vibe to you. Okay, so 12 is Pisces, 11 is Aquarius, and 1 is Aries. Yeah, you would be the type to do something like really outlandish because you do really inspire this person to make big leaps. And that's something that they really love about you. Okay. What else? You're not down in the dumps for long, but you still do indulge those kind of emotions. So you leave space for your person to be sad about things, to be upset about things, to be like sussed out by a friend, to have their little petty moment. Like you show them what's too far, honestly. I think that's what it comes down to. But I think what they're thinking is that it's nice that even though you're so positive and so protective, you still understand and leave room for being sad sometimes. You're not like one of those toxic positivity people, but you still have a lot of optimism and a lot of artistic flair to bring to things, and you're always moving forward, but yet you still give a lot of room to reminisce and be nostalgic and all that. The Tower. Drama. Your person loves how you can be so dramatic. So if you're an actor, then of course that's a being played out on stage or on screen kind of vibe here. But also I just think in life, you make a big deal out of things and they love that. You might be the one that makes holidays special for your person. Or you might be the one who is always going to wear the ugly Christmas sweater and like go really far out. And so you make it not so cheesy. There's something about you that really indulges in cheesy moments, indulges in like making a birthday really special or gift giving or just lavish compliments or something like that, where you take away the cheesiness because you're doing it. And so then they can like use that in their life too and make things special, or else they just love that you're in their life. And so they feel more special. It's like you warm people's hearts and you warm their heart. Okay. You're very heartwarming, actually, here. You have a wholesome side to you. Like, you're so dramatic and you're open with your sexuality and everything like that. But then you also have this, like, scrapbooking side to you where you're, like, very wholesome and nostalgic. And maybe you would love red roses, even though it's, like, you know, that's what everybody does or something. It's not bad. It doesn't matter to you that that's what everyone does. It still feels good. Okay. Do you want optimistic there? So yeah, we definitely are seeing like hopeful optimism, because 3 of Wands is like more practical planning and that sort of thing. And but with 2 of Wands, it's like just dreaming big, you know? And so hopefully we do go on and succeed at that. But what they actually love is just that you think so big in the first place. 7 of Wands, interesting. You don't back down. You won't back down. Is that Tom Petty or something like that? I don't know. Please correct me in the comments. Like you don't take it back. Like you really stand behind the things you say and do. Even if it is traumatic. Okay? Oh, and then here we have 3 of Wands. So 3 of Wands is more the practical planning, is more the you know, in combination with Seven of Wands, I would say it's like holding your spot and planning a way to make your spot like in cement. You have your feet planted firmly on the ground, and yet you're so forward thinking too, and so on to the next and shooting for the sky. And it's reminding me of one of my favorite books ever, Parable of the Sower, blah, blah, blah. I always talk about that book. But if you haven't heard about it, basically her whole thing is like change is inevitable. To make human beings do the best they can and to put us in the right mindset, we should try to go to space, for example. And that sets us up in a way that where we're thinking about the right things. And so there's something about that with you. It's like you live your life being very ambitious, and it's not about accomplishing those goals as much as it is like that's the right mindset to be in. Because again, you're not like toxic positivity. It's more like you lay the groundwork, and if you're shooting for the moon, then you land among the stars. So if you're shooting for a really high goal, then yeah, you might not accomplish it completely, but you'll definitely get higher than you would have shooting for a low goal. So, and if you have accomplished a lot, they love that about you too. They love that they've seen you go from the planning stage to really accomplishing something. Yeah, you know how to carry a burden. Like you really know how to carry out a plan and not let things get to you either. Like you can stand the pressure, you can stand the pushback. Queen of Cups. And yet you're very emotional and you're very in touch with that. And you're very allowing of a sad day. You're very allowing of, oh, well, I just need to rot in bed today. Like you're very good about that. And it's such a sexy combo, I will say. So, and speaking of sexy combo, like you definitely, if this is for a romantic partner, you have that sexuality vibe here. Like you just one look at them and they're obsessed. Like you definitely entrance them with the eyes. And I think just your friends too, or whoever you picked this reading for, they love your eye contact. Your eyes are very expressive. And if you are an actor, that's pretty good stuff there too. But I think you have a charming, very, very charming side to you. So, one more of these, I think. What does pile number 2's person love about them? Sometimes life stings, man. Sometimes life stings. Yeah, that's funny. Wasp spirit. I think they don't know anyone as positive as you that still makes allowances for when you're really sad or when you say something you don't mean. I think that's another thing with you is like you don't really hold people to task for the stuff that they say as much because you allow a lot of room for creative expression. And, you want people to speak up and you like to speak up. I think that's what it is like you will say things, and if you didn't mean it, you'll take it back. But you don't like expect that really. Like, yeah, you're very allowing of like, oh, well, I could tell they said that because they needed to get it off their chest. That doesn't mean they mean it for all time. That is something I had to learn. And how I learned it is from getting to know people who are like that, who express themselves because it's a part of the process. They need to get it out of their chest and out of their mouth, because once it's out of you, you can kind of feel how it feels. That's a Kanye West quote. It's like, say it just to feel how it feels. Obviously, he didn't always do that perfect, right? But that's an extreme example. But I think with you, it's like you encourage people in your life to kind of rant it out, and you're not going to like hold them to task for something that they said in private to you. I just, I hate that that's like rare, I guess, to this person who's your person. But I think you're very confident that it's okay to have a bad day and say the wrong thing. And we have lots of rhyming in this pile. So, yeah. You connect the dots a lot too. I feel like this person loves how they'll tell you a story and they're like, and then you'll say something like, oh, that's just like what happened to you as a kid. And they never thought about it that way. Or you'll make a connection to something else, like a movie you guys just watched, or like explain it in a way that really makes things click for them. And I think that's your artistic nature here. Your artistic way of phrasing things makes connections in people's minds, and it helps them out, sort through like a bad day, sort through a situation where I think you have had your self-critical moments as an artiste. I think you just have the energy of an artist, you know, because not all of you will be, but you have the heart of one, of a comedian, of an actor, of a, you know, playwright or poet. Like, you have that vibe here. And so, yeah, you know what it's like to feel self-critical, and you're not really like super harsh about other people being like that too. Something about that. Huh. Anything else? Let's do this one. What does pile number 2's person love about them? Bloom and attract more butterflies. You bloom, and you encourage the people in your life to bloom. So yeah, let's pull some music videos to end off. Like, being a little extreme. Oh, and then she's an actor in this. That's so funny. Obviously, she's a singer, but if you watch the music video, you'll see what I mean. Like, you don't always just, you're not so clean cut. You're very allowing of this sort of thing. Of like getting in your feelings and getting back at someone, or being in a little bit of a mood, or drinking all night and waking up in the bathtub here. Or you will stay on the phone all night with someone to help them get over their ex. And like, even if you've heard about this ex a million times, or, you know, like, you know, you're not, yeah. Maybe this person has a lot of toxic positive people in their life that are like, well, either get used to their behavior or stop talking about it, which I hate that. Like, we need to talk it out. Like, it's part of what human beings need from each other. Okay. Yeah, you know about, that's the perfect video to end on, because you know about having to switch positions in order to express something in particular. And maybe you look like Selena Gomez, that could be. But you know how to change according to the situation. Some things you just gotta smoke and get over it. Some things you gotta go towards, even if you look crazy. Some things you know, need to switch it up because you're in a different kind of situation. Some things you need to be emotionless and just work hard. And sometimes you need to stay up all night talking to your friend on the phone, you know? So that's what I've got for you, pile number 2. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Okay. Peace and love. Peace and love for pile number 3. Let's see. Peace and love. Where do I put this? Okay, here we go. You know what I feel like your person loves about you is you're a little bit messy. Maybe this person is very type A. Or you could have lots of type A types in your life because you're kind of like the messy, fun, lighthearted, creative one. You definitely add a lot of spice to your person's life. Like, maybe they would have kind of a dull life if not for you. Or they might just feel like that because, you know, everyone should have excitement in their own lives, but they might just feel like that. They might feel like you make them more human, like you make them less routine, you know? You might teach people how to love. That's sweet. You protect people's hearts even when, like, even if they don't show they're upset, it's like you can tap into it right away. You, like, know how they feel before they even know, almost. Okay. Aw. Your person has really, really, like, sweet, positive, pure, kind of lighthearted, like, memory kind of feelings towards you. Like, really feeling safe around you, really feeling like they're supported with you, really feeling like you're a safe person to love, and that you love them. That's one of their favorite things about you, is just like, you are just a sweetie pie. I feel like. You're like ice cream on a hot day. You're such a break from the kind of cynical parts of the world. Okay? And you're not like materialistic or super work focused either. Because you're like, we're all gonna die someday. You have that like lighthearted and yet kind of dark vibes. Interesting. Sagittarius here. You might be a tea drinker here. Doesn't have to be. Or you might like lavender or chamomile. I'm getting. You could drink chamomile. You could smell like lavender. Don't have to. Okay. What else does pile number 3's person love about them? Cancer, Pisces, and Taurus. Ooh. Pretty princess here. Okay, what does pile number 3's person love about them? You really get lost in the moment. Like, you really get lost in the moment. You could cuddle all day in bed with them. You could miss a work meeting. Like, your priorities are in check. Okay? I've liked you for a really long time. You have a sappy side to you. You really do. I am thinking of forever, and I've liked you for a really long time. Ooh. Yeah. I feel like there's this thing that has to do with your person. I feel like they might have like some throat chakra blockages or heart chakra blockages, where they just kind of sometimes can struggle to know how they feel, sometimes can struggle to have the words for their emotions here, and you really give them that space. And you also are very open and forthcoming with your emotions. And this takes the pressure off of them a lot because they're just not used to it, you know? It reminded me of that song, Not Used to It by Kehlani. I have felt on the other side of this, actually, where it's like, sometimes it felt like my partner was teaching me how to love and I'm a little robot or something. We have joked about that before. Yeah, sorry for the way I handled things. That's kind of what I'm getting, is like, you have this side to you that is like first to apologize, first to admit your feelings, you know, not afraid of putting yourself on the line here. You have a talent for that. And I think your person does love that about you, but they're also impressed by it. They're learning from it. They're taking inspiration from that behavior. Because you kind of get swept away by your feelings, and so it teaches them that that's what feelings are like, is like, that's what I had to learn, is it might feel wrong at first, but that's kind of what feelings feel like, is like you're being swept away, and that's just how we all kind of feel in a way. So, yeah, there's something about that. You express things so clearly and so openly that it makes people feel safe. Not just this person, but yeah, I think this person too, like, they love that about you. Mushy gushy here. And you're okay with your not so good feelings too. Because this is, I'm so jealous and sorry for the way I handle things. So like, you will be the first to apologize. That's what I'm getting, is like, you want peace. You want things to go well. I admire how hard you work. Yeah. I think also they do admire how hard you work. Maybe because you're kind of emotional, you have to pick it up on the back end of like, you have to do extra work because you lost track of time and got drunk all night. And so now your essay is due tomorrow. And so you have to crash, you know, like crash study or whatever. to get it all done, and then you do that and you accomplish that. So yeah, I think your person's very impressed by your hardworking attitude, even with you being kind of more emotional, or more in touch with your emotions, or more easily swept away by activities or nights out or something like that. You also have this like really angelic side to you, or it's like sometimes your person will see you like get caught in the light and your eyes shine in such a way, like, and this could be friends and family too. They just notice you have this like aura, this like glowy kind of aura. Also, you might be like more of a spiritual baddie type here, or like open to spirituality, or open to very emotional sides of things. Like, you'd be the type to hold somebody while they cried. And yeah, that's really appreciated and loved about you, for sure. What else? Let's see. I think you're a really good communicator, like an excellent communicator. Everything you need too soon. Oh my gosh, didn't we just say Kalani? Oh my gosh, now I can't remember. Not used to it. And that's exactly what it is. It's like, look, I want to trust you, but I'm just like not used to it. Like, you know, and you're very allowant of that. You understand that. Maybe you've been there. We gotta learn to decipher nuance with the people we talk to, because some things that are red flags in one person is just another person figuring it out. And so we do need to understand subtlety. And I think you do, and your person really appreciates that. Like, that you understand subtlety and that you want things to work out. You're not spoiling for a fight by any means. You love love. You love peace. You want things to be good. You want everyone to be happy. Yeah, you want everyone to be happy and healthy and living their lives in the best way that they can. Like, you really live by that too. Yeah, you love peace. You love peace. All right. What else does pile number 3's person love about them? Alchemy. Yeah, you have so much love to give. Like, you have so much love to give. And you make a habit of it too. You make a habit of being giving. You make a habit of trying to put your best self into the world and communicate in a very effective, healthy way. Healthy communication and healthy habits in your life, healthy emotional habits in your life are very important to you. And your person loves that about you. Like, you always make sure that you have time to yourself because you know you need that. Or you always make sure to take your medicine. And that's something that your person really loves about you, that you care about your own health, and like, you're always trying to drink the right amount of water. There's something like that. Use it as a metaphor based on how you live your life. I think you'll see what I mean by that. So, because I'm just reading the energy, and so those are examples I can come up with in my own mind, but I'm not living everybody's life, like, you know? So just imagine that as like a metaphor for things that you might be doing. Fire mother. Yeah, you do have like a motherly vibe here. Even if you're a man, you have that nurturer side to you, where you could talk in a really soft, sweet voice. Like, you could be that person who comes to people in their worst moment. I feel like you would do really well at a funeral, because you would know just what to say. Like, you would know how to like soften your voice and make sure that you're comforting someone but not being too pushy or not like smothering them. And you have that good dynamic of knowing when to say the lighthearted joke because you can feel it, and also knowing when to be quiet so somebody can just kind of sit in it, you know, and like what to do when, because you're really in touch and in tune with your own emotions, and you're listening in with your whole self. I'm getting like listening with your body. Like, you're very engaged with the people in your space. Okay. It's reminding me of like, there are people who are women's advocates or something. So what you do is you're on call certain nights of the week, and if there's a domestic violence call, then you go to the scene and you counsel the woman or people who are the victims in that scenario. And obviously that's their worst moment. You know, you're coming into the scene on somebody's worst moment, and just knowing how to handle that and being able to do it well, and like handle a touchy issue like that. Here we get this again. Yeah. And again, with like not taking people's reactions personally. So if you're a victim advocate, for example, and you're going on the scene and you're walking this woman through things or helping her navigate what she has to do next, and she kind of lashes out at you and says something mean, are you going to feel shut down by that? Are you going to hate her for that? Are you going to judge her for that? No. And so, you know, everything is a scale. So if you're not doing something as extreme as that, I just see you doing that in your regular life, like not taking it so personally. Same with like a teenager. If you're hanging out with your teenage kid or you're hanging out with somebody's teenage kid, and they say something rude about your outfit, are you going to cry? Like, for real? You're going to let yourself be bullied by a teen? No, you're probably going to laugh and you're probably going to think it's funny, or just like not take them so seriously and not hold that against them. Please don't hold things that teens say against them, because everything they say to you is just something they're saying to themselves. They don't know what the fuck they're saying. If you act like you're bullied by what they're doing, they're going to double down. And if you act like what they did was funny, they're going to double down on that too, and they'll laugh along with you. Like they're just following the energy. They're learning themselves. You know, they're not used to being alive even. And they're definitely not used to adult situations. So you can't hold things against them. And I feel like you have a good read on that sort of thing. Like, you don't hold certain things against people, I guess. And your person loves that about you. Priorities in check. Big thing here. Anything else? No one is yours but you. Yeah. You encourage healthy mindsets and healthy behavior between you and others. And healthy boundaries I'm seeing here too. There's a sense of like, you're not crazy. And they love this about you, because either this person has dealt with a lot of crazy people who have held them to very unreasonable standards or something like that. Or you guys that are in an industry where that happens, or yeah, maybe they've dealt with a lot of jealous friends, for example. And so you not being jealous when something good happens to them is a real shock, and they really love that about you, and they take it seriously. I think this person who's your person, they've just been in very uncomfortable situations, and you never put them in uncomfortable situations, and you're very like serious about making sure everybody feels safe, even to your own detriment. Like, even if it means you lose, or you take the insult on the chin, you know? So it's amazing that you get wrapped up in things, know how to have fun, know how to engage with your emotions, and yet don't get your feelings hurt easily. You're not easily hurt by things. Yeah, you know how to be strong for other people, because again, you love peace, you love love. You do have a romantic side to you, so I don't know if you love rom-coms, or you're not afraid of a ooey gooey post on Instagram about how much you love your partner, you know, stuff like that. You're cool with that. You're really good with that sort of thing. So I think that's it. Anything else? What does pile number three's person love about their partner? Pisces. Again, with like, you just know things. Or also, like, maybe they love your dreams. You might tell them about your dreams, and they love hearing about your dreams. And that could be like your nighttime dreams, or it could also be like your dreams for the world, and you want world peace or something like that. That's the kind of energy I'm getting here from you. And then we get jealousy again. Envy, punishment, changing course. I think you must be pretty good about jealousy. You must like not take it personally. What else? What do you mean by, what's with the jealousy thing? Page of Cups. Yeah, it's almost like you understand when people are jealous and you don't hold it against them, because it's like some people really don't have as much as others, and it would suck if you have a bunch of money, or you have a really nice house, or you have a really cool partner or a lot of friends, and then you interact with somebody who doesn't have those things. They might feel a little salty about that. And is that really their fault? Like, I don't think so, because it does suck. Like, maybe you even agree with that. You're just like, yeah, I wish it wasn't like this. I wish I could give more. But, you can only do so much. I don't know. Yeah, something about that. Put in the comments if you know what I'm talking about here, because maybe there's a conversation you had recently about that, or you could be someone that comes from privilege or wealth or something, but then, you really stand up for people who can be bitter about it, Like, I think it's pretty appropriate for some of us to be pretty bitter about the way the world works sometimes. And if that comes around to them being bitter towards you or me, it is what it is. Thirst, craving, compulsion, obsession. I think also there might be people who get like kind of obsessed with you, and your person thinks it's funny. Like, they do love that people get really in their feelings about you and feel very intensely about you. Maybe a lot of people rely on you. You could be that person in your community that's always making connections, always getting to know people, is very interesting. And so you meet a lot of people. And so by extension, a lot of people get kind of overly invested in you. And it's just, hazard of your personality is that people are going to love you. So that is what I've got for you. Let's go ahead and pull some music videos. Yeah, you might be a heartbreaker a little bit, but not on purpose, because we do see that, like, you're so peaceful and peace-loving and a little hippie here. So it is what it is. Yeah, it's like you have to let people go, and then the candle burns out. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, so some people will have to lose you. And again, we get that with the jealousy, the card. That makes even more sense, because it's like, if I'm going to get what I want, then sometimes it makes sense that somebody's going to be jealous or lose out. Yeah, because I got to go to the next one. Thank you, next. But you're like nicer even than that. You just light a new flame. You start over. You lose a friendship because of jealousy, start over. You lose a partner because of whatever else happens, start over. You're dead to me, but I wish you well. I wish you flowers. That's another Caliuchis song. I wish you roses is the song. Yeah. We did just like that one. How long? Stay into you. Lots about love here. Either without it, getting it back, getting rid of it, keeping it, being heartbroken about it. Romance, me and you. The jealousy. Okay. I just feel like maybe there are some instances where you do kind of be like, okay, they just don't like me because I'm jealous, because they're jealous of me or something, or yeah, something like you not taking it to heart. Again, it's still with you wanting to be peaceful, but it's also peaceful to yourself. You have a lot of self-respect here that I think your partner or your whoever you're thinking of in this message, but especially your partner, if you have one, they really respect how you respect yourself. How you're like, okay, well, if they don't like me, they're probably just jealous, and I don't need to worry about that. I don't need to take to heart their criticism, because look at me and look at them, like that sort of thing. And you should think of yourself in a high esteem. And I see that most of the time you're very peaceful and loving. So if sometimes you have to cut a few people off, cut a few bitches off is what I heard, you probably had good reason. Chasing hurricanes. I don't want the pain. Yeah, there we go. Mine is a great one for this vibe that I'm getting from you, which is like to be the kind of peaceful and loving kind of person that you are going to have to face your own shadow, and you're good at that, and you're good at helping others do that as well. So that is what I've got for you, pile number 3. Ooh, and you're sexy as hell. Here. Again, you love. You love. But yeah, that's what I've got for you, pile number 3. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time. Okay, pile number 4. So, what does pile number 4's person love about them? You're always changing. You are always down for a move. You're always down for a late night trip. You're very adventurous. You could love sweets like cake and chocolate here or something like that. You could love going to the zoo or seeing cute animals or cute things in general. Maybe you like stuffed animals, or maybe you love your pet so much or something like that. Okay, what does pile number 4's person love about them? You can like read their mind. Like when you're looking in their eyes, you just like know what they're thinking, or they feel really read by you at minimum. What does pile number 4's person love about them? 4 is Cancer. 1 is self and Aries. It's like self and family. You might be like a family-oriented person, but you still know how to have your own life too. You're independent and you're family-oriented. Oh, and then 4 again. You do know how to be enmeshed, that's for sure, okay? Like the mind reader thing. That's what Cancers are best known for, I think. Cancer placements too. Okay. What does pile number 4's person love about them? You seem like the type that loves a good nap. You love a good nap. You love a good cozy day in. You probably live for a snow day, okay? Or like a day on the beach where you guys are just laying there all day on the sand. What does pile number 4's person love about them? 2 is Taurus. Aries, Taurus, and Cancer. You have like a warrior spirit too. So people are complex, but I'm sensing that both of these things are true for you. You have a warrior spirit, so you could have even been in sports or something like that. But then you also do like those long days on the beach or whatever. I think you might also have like a passion for music. Like your headphones are always in or something, and they love that about you. So actually, let's start with music videos. You might love meeting new people. You're vibey. You're really vibey here. These are great, like, energies. Oh my gosh, and then you get a Leah. Definitely heavy on you liking company, you liking people, you like to get to know people. You might meet a stranger on a trip and become best friends with them or something, and your person loves that about you. Or you might travel and meet all new friends. They could really love how you are so good at making friends. Just seems like every time you do something, you're always making a friend, or you're always that person who has a really fun time at the bar and has a bunch of memories related to that. You're not afraid of going out there. Big on travel here too. Travel and animals and best friends. So maybe this is your best friend, and they love that you guys are best friends. And if he's your partner, they feel like you guys are best friends. One smoke. Again, you know how to chat it up. Like, you are a chatty bitch here, like in the best possible fucking way. You're the best to have a conversation with at a bar, sober, drunk, you're at work, any kind of category of life. I feel like you're so good at having a conversation. Also, like debating or like convincing someone of something, or seeing the brighter side of things, or getting your get back. You're a talker here. You're definitely a talker. Oh, cute. The vibes are excellent. You know just what to say. Like, there's something about you, Pile 4, where like you always have the right words. Like, that is for sure. You are always hitting on the mark. Like, if somebody tries to hit on your friend at the bar, like, I feel sorry for their self-esteem. They're going to be thinking about that one for weeks. You wrecked somebody, or you could. You have that ability. Drunk, high, or sober. That's what I'm getting to. There's something about like alcohol does not dim your intellectual ability here, or your conversational ability. But neither does being sober. You might be an excellent dancer too, and your person loves this. The way you move, walking down the street, dancing, how you are at work. You're one of those people that could go from coworkers to best friends, or like, you know how to bring relationships into different spheres, or you could introduce one friend to another and you guys all become friends. Great host here. Wow. Hard worker. Lots of stuff about work. So I don't know if you met this person at work, or you traveled with this person, or stuff like that. Could be a family member or something, because sometimes family energy can come up as workplace energy. But heavy on people take your advice, and also this person, they'll bring you an issue. You'll tell them what to say, and it really works. Like, you really know what to say. You could be the kind of person that always does the toast, or could do a speech at a funeral. Like, you could do a speech anywhere, even if you were wasted. They keep bringing that up, so I don't know if you get drunk or high with this person or something. Or it's like they knew you at work first, but then they go and have a drink with you, and it's like just as good, if not better vibes than they already liked your work persona. Friends, lots about being besties here. And the traveling, memories with you, like, and moving from one sphere to the next. So maybe they knew you in college, but then you guys could continue being friends in other settings and introduce them to new friends. Or maybe you guys met on a trip, but then you were able to introduce each other in person or something. Moving cities, and it's another thing here. Old friends becoming new friends. Hard worker. And funny. Funny with a harsh critique here. This is funny. I almost feel like it's done. Like, this pile is done. And you're strict about who you let in your circle. That's another thing your person loves about you. Anything else? You just seem like the queen or the king in every situation. Like, you are always top person. Like, you really know, knowing what to say and taking command of a room and working a crowd. Like, lots of that energy coming through. Yeah, that's all I got for you, Pile 4. You got kind of a short one, but it was really fun. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Let's see. Anything else? Adapt. You will get yourself where you want to be. Yeah, you're very adaptable. And we did talk about that. Wildflower, live an uncontrolled life, free to grow anywhere and bound by nothing. Yeah, nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you from saying what you want to say. Nobody can stop you from making your way to the top. You're going to be the leader. You're going to be the best. You're going to say the thing that wins the debate. Be present. Yeah, you definitely know how to be present, and that makes sense with you always making random friends, and you definitely could introduce the group to strangers. Discover. Look at the early dewdrops before they disappear with the morning sun. Yeah, you make the best of every moment. If it's at work, if it's in an alley, it doesn't matter. If it's at home, you're good in all of these scenarios. So thank you very much, Pile 4. I really appreciate you coming by, and I will see you next time. And thanks to anybody who watched all the way through the video. Love you. Bye.